Detune radio. Okay, is it the Karma Police? No way. Karma Police. Who's this girl I love you? Making me feel ill and we can cross the body. This is what you get. This is what you get. This is what you get when you mess with us. Karma police, giving all I can, it's not enough. Giving all I can, but we're still on the payroll. This is what you get. This is what you get. This is what you get when you mess with us. For a minute there, I lost myself. I lost myself. And for a minute there, I lost myself. I lost myself. Ooh.
Maximize your tax return this year with 7 to 7 Dental. Prioritizing your oral health over material items is more than just a purchase. It's a commitment to accomplish.
Pirate are rebels rescued from Naraka prison, Honda Onaka. Within the last hour, the Phoenix Squadron destroyed mining guild ships using the Zurita hyperspace waypoint. Taken separately, they may seem unrelated, but Onaka's cellmate was a laborer at our starfighter reclamation plant in the Yama system, one jump point away from the Zurita attack.
Grand Admiral Thrawn believes the rebels intend to raid the plant and steal fighters for their fleet.
Every ship they add to their arsenal increases the threat to our own armada and the Emperor's plans.
I trust you have a solution.
I will start my operations here and pull the rebels apart piece by piece. They'll be the architects of their own destruction. Captain, do you recognize this?
Yes, it was here in my office.
I thought I could sell it for food. My family is starving.
No excuse. You shall make a valuable example to others of your kind who think to steal from the Empire.
She's far more valuable than you realize.
How do you mean?
To defeat an enemy, you must know them. Not simply their battle tactics, but their history, philosophy, art. So I will ask you again, Captain. Do you know what this is?
Some primitive native trinket.
It's a Kalikori. A revered Twi'lek heirloom, passed from parent to child through generations. Worthless to outsiders, priceless to family.
Yes, well, she stole it.
Yes, but why? War. It's all you ever known, isn't it? You were so young when you survived the Clone War. No wonder you're as equipped in spirit to fight as well as you do. War is in your blood. I study the art of war, work to perfect it. But you were forged by it.
Sir, she's just a peasant.
It doesn't matter where we come from, Admiral. Our will to be free is what's going to beat you.
You dare!
Slavin, please. You embarrass me in front of our host.
Host? What?
May I introduce Hera Syndulla, rebel pilot, freedom fighter, and military leader. Daughter of your nemesis, Cham Syndulla.
How did you know?
Because rebels have friends always rushing to the rescue. Thank you, Lieutenant. Dismissed. Agent Gallus, I read your report. Several troopers confirmed your encounter with the Jedi was very helpful. Do you know, after analyzing the rebels' escape, it's clear to me they had help from one within our Imperial ranks.
The rebels have a mole, and all personnel must be interrogated. This spy must be found.
Patience, Governor. Acting out of emotion will not serve us here. We must wait and watch. And when we find our spy, and we will find them, we shall turn them from an obstacle to an asset. Wouldn't you agree, Agent Gallus?
Your strategy is without flaw, Grand Admiral. As always.
How did this happen, Agent Gallus?
I suspect the rebels captured a unit in the field and reprogrammed it to self-destruct upon its return to base. Quite ingenious, really.
I'm inclined to agree.
You seem in surprisingly good spirits, considering this loss.
Loss, you say? The rebels may have protected the location of their base for now, but in doing so, they have narrowed my search. Before today, they could have been hiding in any of 1,000 systems, but now I know they are almost certainly on one of the 94 planets surveyed by my infiltrators. The rebels have won this battle, but the war will be ours.
Things have fallen into place a little too perfectly for my liking, and I don't think Lieutenant List is capable of what you've accused him of.
I agree.
Sir, the prisoner's effects have arrived, as you requested.
Colonel Yulanen, what do you think of this design?
A beast of some kind?
A stylized expression of a Lothcat, a ubiquitous native of Lothal. and rendered by a very familiar artist. The use of this specific color, the angle of the line, this is the work of the rebel Sabine Wren. I believe this helmet belongs to her compatriot, the young Jedi, and I escaped prisoner, Ezra Bridger.
Bridger? If Bridger was the shuttle thief, why didn't Callus alert us?
Because, Colonel Yularen, Callus is the rebel spy, Fulcrum. He used List's cylinder to impersonate and implicate him. And more importantly, he used the young Jedi's power to gain access to my office and reprogram my droids. Very skillfully, I might add.
I would never have suspected one of my best students was capable of this betrayal.
And that is why you and so many others have been deceived. I believe Agent Fulcrum will prove far more useful to the Empire than Callus ever was.
You have my attention. What target will the rebels attack?
I believe they're about to strike our most important facility in the region. The TIE Defender factory right here on Lothal. My spies report General Dodana's fleet is en route to reinforce Commander Sato and Captain Syndulla.
Where is this fleet massing?
I have yet to uncover its precise location.
A coordinated attack by multiple rebel cells is unprecedented.
And it's exactly this moment I've been waiting for. To wipe them out. You may have transmitted your warning, Agent, but in doing so, you've given me the last piece of the puzzle. Now, this is the trajectory of General Dodana's fleet, and this is the trajectory of your Fulcrum transmission. Taken separately, they mean nothing, but together...
Nothing. There's no planet there. The rebels are smarter than you give them credit for.
But pity you do not study art, Agent Callus. There is much it can show you, if you know where to look. Such as a system which does not appear on imperial charts, but is represented in the art of the ancient people of this sector. I believe they call this Atolon, now the home of your rebel base. Admiral Constantine, deploy the fleet to these coordinates. We will join you shortly.
Governor Price is our prisoner, and we have complete control of the Imperial Dome, with every trooper, pilot, and officer trapped inside. You failed, Thrawn. Leave Lothal, and we might let your troops out before we blow the dome to pieces.
Are you quite finished? If you truly wish to save Lothal, Commander Bridger, the only term I'll accept is your immediate and unconditional surrender.
Why would I surrender when I hold your entire army prisoner?
No. You've simply moved my assets to a safe position, so that I can bombard the civilians of your home without incurring Imperial casualty.
I need someone who sees a bigger picture.
And I would like to keep it that way. Admiral Constantine.
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Grand Admiral?
The Emperor recently promoted me after my victory at Batum.
Civilian casualties outnumbered the insurgents at the time.
Acceptable margins, Agent Callus, but there are no longer rebels in that sector.
Well, Thrawn, what do you think of Governor Price's theory about the rebels in the Lothal sector?
This is a pirate our rebels rescued from Naraka prison, Hondo Onaga. Within the last hour, the Phoenix Squadron destroyed mining guild ships using the Zurita hyperspace waypoint. Taken separately, they may seem unrelated, but Onaka's cellmate was a laborer at our starfighter reclamation plant in the Yama system, one jump point away from the Zurita attack.
Grand Admiral Thrawn believes the rebels intend to raid the plant and steal fighters for their fleet.
Every ship they add to their arsenal increases the threat to our own armada and the Emperor's plans.
I trust you have a solution.
I will start my operations here and pull the rebels apart piece by piece. They'll be the architects of their own destruction.
Contact Grand Admiral Thrawn immediately.
We have the Admiral.
Put him through.
Update me on your progress, Governor.
The situation is proceeding much as you anticipated. The rebel fleet, composed of 3 star cruisers, have come to the rescue.
That is not the rebel fleet. Break off your attack and allow them to escape with their meager reward.
Very good, Grand Admiral. Thrawn has a much larger objective in mind than the capture of a single rebel cell.
Stand guard. No one in or out. Well, I have increased security per your orders, Grand Admiral, but I don't understand why. The rebel activity is far from here.
It's closer than you think, Captain.
Who was that blue guy?
I don't know.
Out of the way, servant! You are not permitted on these floors. I have told you people, restrict your movements to the kitchen.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Just a moment. Guards, bring her here. May I see that? I'm a visitor to your world. It occurs to me it might be beneficial to hear what you have to say about our imperial occupation.
I don't think I could be of any help to you.
No, I disagree. Bring her to your office for questioning. Captain, do you recognize this?
Yes, it was here, in my office. No excuse. You shall make a valuable example to others of...
She's far more valuable than you realize.
How do you mean?
To defeat an enemy.
You talk too much.
You have the heart of a rebel. You may have transmitted your warning agent, but in doing so, you've given me the last piece of the puzzle. Now this is the trajectory.
Push this on Adelon.
Governor Price, you're in command of the fleet while I lead the ground assault. The plight of your friends amuses you.
I've been in your position before, only to have these rebels pull a victory from certain defeat.
You and I are not the same, Gallus, as these rebels are about to learn.
Thrawn was trying to soften us up. He'll send in ground forces to do the dirty work.
I agree, Captain. My guess is he will most likely stage a direct assault from this position.
He did not. He just bombed y'all like a real Sith. Or a real Imperial. Human casualty life. Planet offers nothing. Bomb it. Like a true Imperial.
If you're watching Ahsoka, then you've been introduced to Grand Admiral Thrawn, but you might be wondering how exactly Thrawn became the heir to the Empire. Back in the day, Thrawn joined the Imperial Navy as a way to ally his people with the new Galactic Empire, and was so efficient and ruthless during his training, he rapidly rose through the ranks, catching the eye of Emperor Palpatine himself, who appointed him Grand Admiral. Palpatine even considered Vader and Thrawn to be his 2 most valuable assets, occasionally sending them together on vital missions for the Empire. Thrawn even exposed another Grand Admiral as a traitor who was secretly sabotaging the new Death Star. After the events of Return of the Jedi, with no Palpatine or Darth Vader, Thrawn is the only Grand Admiral of the Old Guard remaining, which seemingly makes him the true heir to the Empire. If you're watching Ahsoka, then you've been introduced to Grand Admiral Thrawn, but
Why did these troopers attack us? Captain, I found the platoon leader. It's Waxer. He's still alive. Waxer, tell me, who gave you the orders to attack us? It was General Crow. He sent us to these coordinates to stop the enemy. We thought they were wearing our armor. But it was you. Take off your helmets! Show them you're not the enemy! They're close!
Can I help you?
I'm looking for a Mandalorian.
Can you describe him?
Someone who looks like me.
You mean the Marshal?
Your Marshal wears Mandalorian armor?
See for yourself.
I've been searching for you for many parsecs. Now you found me. We quick. 2 snorts of Spotchka. Why don't you join me for a drink?
I figure only one of us walking out of here. But then I see the little guy. And I think maybe I picked you wrong.
Who are you?
I'm Cobb Vanth, Marshal of Mos Pelgo.
Where did you get the armor?
Right off some Jawas.
Hand it over.
Look, pal, I'm sure you call the shots where you come from, but round here, I'm the one who tells folks what to do.
Take it off. Or I will.
We gonna do this in front of the kids?
You've seen worse.
Can I help you?
I'm looking for a Mandalorian.
Can you describe?
Hand it over.
Look, pal, I'm sure you call the shots where you come from, but round here, I'm the one who tells folks what to do.
You really shouldn't have to ask, Charles. Only when I read in the papers. What's happened to you? You remember him, don't you? I've had frequent visits from William Stryker. His son, Jace, was a student of yours, wasn't he? Yes, years ago. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to help him. I think that taking in the Wolverine will make up for your failure with Stryker's son. At least not in the way that his father wanted. You haven't told him about his past. You can't put him on the path. Logan's mind is still fragile. Is it? Or are you afraid of losing one of your precious X-Men? Eric, what have you done? I'm sorry, Charles. I couldn't help it. What have you told Stryker? Everything. The war has begun. Charles Xavier, you come to rescue me. Sorry, Eric, not today. For one of my own pleasure. The assassination attempt on the president. What?
Wait a minute. Is that an Archimedean spiral? The mirror dimension is just geometry? You're great at geometry. You can do geometry. Square the radius. Divide by pi. Plot points along the curve.
It's over, Parker. I'll come pick you up when it's done.
Hey, Strange. You know what's cooler than magic? Math.
Okay, so how do we calculate linear acceleration between points A and B? Flash.
It's the product of sine of the angle and gravity divided by the mass.
Nope. Peter, you're still with us?
Yeah. Mass cancels out, so it's just gravity times sine.
Right?
Trust me, there's nothing boring about his discoveries regarding quantum theory.
That thing does not obey the laws of physics at all.
Look, kid.
Wait a minute. Is that an Archimedean spiral? The mirror dimension is just geometry? You're great at geometry. You can do geometry. Square the radius.
Yearly Chem 18 building tip. One of the easiest ways to make your base ugly is with lighting. You can build a nice town, but if there's just torches scattered everywhere, it kinda ruins the vibe. So bring in the daylight sensor. Now, I'm not an expert with technology, but you'd think the daylight sensor senses daylight, but it can also sense night light. By right-clicking it once, it turns blue and emits a signal during nighttime, meaning you can put one on a redstone lamp and make real light posts that only activate at night. Yearly
Can you spot the people hiding behind me? That's just one of the viral ways people have hidden from the police. The next criminal is actually hiding somewhere in this garage. Can you spot him? Just so you know, hiding like this to evade the police could get you charged with resisting arrest. Here I am. He was really camouflaged. Let's see if you can find the next person who hid from the police using a garbage bag. Can you see him? Resisting arrest could cost you up to $10,000 in fines, or even land you in prison for several years. Here I am. Can you spot the people hiding behind me? That's just one of the viral ways people have hidden from the police. The next criminal is actually hiding somewhere in this garage. Can you spot him?
But none of us would be here today were it not for you and your publicity stunt.
Are there no others better tempered to stomach the squabble of human diplomacy?
Aye, but Charles be gone, Magneto.